Hey everyone, welcome back. And today we'll see, one of the Capgemini question. It's a repeated one, and it's like important one. Okay, because like it covers all the basic components. Okay, so really, it's like if you can imagine the logic and coding behind that, then it's good. Otherwise, complete this entire video to understand it better. Okay, so we'll dive into session today. So before that, if you are new to the channel, you can click on the link above. So you can go through all the videos in our interview playlist. Okay, it's highly important that you go through that before you get into the interview. Okay, so given the use case, so if you look at the use case here, we have two input files, which one is abc, okay, the string, and another is a decimal. Okay, so we are gonna we are gonna like join that, and then we are gonna produce this output. Okay, so while doing that, we have to do this accumulation. Okay, like kind of concatenation of all the elements here. Okay, for the first input file, so there is like so many transformations going on first one. Okay, so the second input file remains same. Okay, so we'll see how to do that. So for this one, see, basically, see, previously it was targeted at senior level, but now even for junior levels. Okay, even for 3 to 5. Okay, more than 3. Okay, so it's targeted for even more than 3 to 5. Okay, like even sometimes sometimes 8 plus, they will get. Okay, so they also they have a chance of getting that. Okay, getting this use case. Okay, so and another thing is like expectation here, because because like see, this one is like like for all the experienced candidates. Okay, because we have the aggregation, we have the normalization. Okay, and then we have the fusion. Okay, so it's basically it's kind of all the data transformations going on. Okay, so that's why it's like highly important. Okay, so so for this one, you need to know what we should do here. Okay, so these are three important points for this one. Okay, for this transformation. Okay, so and you should know how to write the code and everything, practice logic. Okay, so concept checklist, I would say, let's say we should, for aggregation. Okay, so because like we are going to do the concatenation of first input file, right? So for that aggregation, for that roll up, and then you are aggregating that, and then it will produce a one output. No, so after that you have to normalize, right? So you should know normalize component and then fuse component. Okay, so all three are necessary. So when I say all these three components, you understand. Okay, so there you understand like that parameter, that component, like entirely. Okay, including this, including the parameters, and then including this runtime. Okay, so including the functions inside. Okay, so these are the functions inside. Okay, so you should know all this. Okay, so we'll make sure. Okay, we'll come back. Okay, later. So we'll provide all the like from our way of teaching. We'll just provide some info on each component. Okay, so until then, just hold back. Like we have got a lot of use cases to solve. Okay, so we'll just dive into the ETL design here. So first, okay, so I'll just tell you the logic. Interview logic. Okay, so first let's talk about the interview logic. Okay, so we have here, we have ABC, we have 1 2 3. Okay, so what I'm going to do. Okay, so I will just take I'll just take a roll up. Okay, so first one, roll up of ABC. Okay, so when I say roll up here, we can do, nowadays we have a straight function. We don't have to use go for expanded mode. Okay, we can straightly use a concatenation function. So first here I would go for roll up. Okay, so here I would go for roll up, and then and then after that. Okay, so after that, what I do, so here three records will come in. Okay, so ABC, three records, it will go inside, and then it will be output flow. Okay, after this, we get a output like ABC. Okay, one record. Okay, so three record comes in, and then you get a one record. Okay, so this one is three record. I'm just highlighting because for your understanding here. Okay, so three record, and then we are grouping that, and then with one record. Okay, so after that, that one record has to be concatenated. Okay, I mean normalized into three multiple rows. Okay, so it's like let's say like we have to make a duplicates here. Okay, so for that like I'm going for normalize it. Okay, normalizing the the ABC. Okay, into three rows. Okay, and then I'm just fusing with second input. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. You can tell the same thing in the interview. Okay, so when you tell that, you can tell this logic, theory logic, and then if they hit you at code level, then you can give the code. Okay, so let's look at the code. First we'll solve this normal roll up. Okay, and then we'll just go for normalize, and then we'll go for fuse. Okay, so here given the input 1, so input 1 as, let's say input 1 as a string field. Okay, the string field, so we have got ABC, right? So normally it looks like string, and then let's say new line. Okay, and then we say data, let's say data. Okay, so this is a DML for the input. Okay, so now what we are going to do, okay, we are opening the grid mode. Okay, see, we don't have to do it in expanded mode. Okay, that's unnecessary, and it consumes time as well. Okay, so straightly just open the grid mode, and then you can do out dot data. Okay, so concatenation. Okay, so here I'm just doing in dot data, and then true. Okay, so true, and then I'm just giving the separate string. Okay, so I don't have anything in my separate string. Okay, so this is my let's say this is my this is my code. Okay, roll up code. So you can give this in the roll up grid mode. Okay, so this will give you this output. Okay, ABC. Okay, so now see, now one more thing. Okay, so who knows like whether we got 3 rows or 4 rows. Okay, suppose if you have D, then output should have D. Okay, ABCD, ABCD, ABCD. Okay, so we can't go and we can't go and hard code on the normalized length. Okay, for 3, so we have to find out the count. For that, let's say we'll create one more column. Okay, you pass that as out dot count. Okay, so that one, let's say out dot one. Okay, so this will give you, this will give you ABC, right? So this will give you 3. Okay, so this will give you ABC. Okay, so that we can do it in automated way. Okay, so we can take the count as length. Okay, so now ABC goes here. Okay, ABC or ABCD or ABCD. Okay, whatever string has been passed from input 1 goes here after roll up to normalize here. Okay, so in the normalized transform, okay, so what happens here? Okay, so in the normalized transform we have two functions, right? So one, we'll just start with length function. Okay, so in the length, you know okay, so length we have got. Okay, so we can just get the we can just pass the count. Okay, so let's say in dot count. Okay, so this will do, because we don't have to hard code. Okay, see, to prevent the hard coding, I just pass the count from the roll up, so that it picks up the roll up, picks up the group, see, groups, and then picks up the count, and then it's passed over here. Okay, suppose ABCD, then it will return count as 4. Okay, so for ABCD, it's ABC 3. Okay, so here one more thing, for roll up key, just use the key as null. Okay, so that's one important thing. Okay, so this one is a length function, so that means your index runs from now the we have 3 length, so your index starts from 0 1 2, right? So like basically 3 times it will run, and then you have got to write the normalized code. Okay, so here let's just quickly write the normalized code. Okay, so here what we should do, okay, we should just print that data. Okay, so just we need to print the data, we don't have to do anything, just out dot data. Okay, so in dot data. Okay, that's it. Okay, so this will give you, this will print you ABC, ABC, ABC. Okay, so 3 rows. Okay, so not in a single row, it's just a 3 rows. Okay, I'm just mentioning 3 rows here. Okay, so it will run 3 times, and then for every time ABC, ABC, ABC will be printed. Okay, so this one is done. Okay, see, normalize is done. Okay, so and roll up is done. So now we are gonna we are going to just fuse it. Okay, so let's complete real quick. Okay, so here we are getting 2 inputs. Okay, so always always see what are functions inside. Okay, whatever inputs inside you have to remember. Okay, see, for a fuse component there are 2 inputs. Okay, the 0 flow. Okay, the in 0 flow and in 1 flow. So those 2 flows are connected to the fuse. That's why we have in 0 1 0 1. Okay, so and then we have begin and end. Okay, where we have, we can just pause. Okay, so we can just pause the each fields. Okay, so here out let's say field field 1. Okay, so let's take field 1. For that it's coming from in 0. Okay, So that one you have to understand. Okay, so in 0, data. Okay, and for out dot field 2. Okay, so for that in 1, let's say some data 2 or something. Okay, so this will give you, so data flow. So data flow would be, after roll up it will be ABC, that will go to normalize. Okay, so normalize we will have ABC, and then ABC. Okay, so this will go to fuse. Okay, this, and then and then your 1 2 3. Okay, so okay, so these go to, these flow, and this flow goes to, fuse. Okay, so it will give you, ABC 1, and then ABC 2 and ABC 3, like that. Okay, that's it. So use case is done. So please understand the logic, and then understand coding as well. Okay, so it may look simple, but you should be thorough with everything. Okay, so from the key, and then from the concept. Okay, from the available, available function. Okay, so that's it. If you know, if you like practice this one. Okay, practice this one in GD, and then let me know if it's working. Okay, so we'll just, I'll just connect with you in the other use case. Okay, so just bring back, we'll talk about partitions and lookups. Okay, so in another video.